When Netflix launched in 1997, Blockbuster was the undisputed champion of the video rental industry. Between 1985 and 1992, the brick-and-mortar rental chain grew from its first location in Dallas to more than 2,800 locations around the world. 2 years later, Viacom paid $8.4 billion to acquire Blockbuster. So by the time Netflix showed up on the scene, with its video rental by mail service, it appeared to be a classic case of David versus Goliath. In fact, in the year 2000, perhaps realizing that it'd be easier to fight alongside Blockbuster than against them, Netflix co-founder and CEO Reed Hastings approached Blockbuster's then CEO, John Antioco, with a merger proposal. Hastings wanted $15 million for Netflix. And as part of the deal, the Netflix team would run Blockbuster's online brand. Of course, that deal never materialized. Partly because Blockbuster laughed in Netflix's face when they met to discuss the deal. At the time, Blockbuster considered Netflix to be small potatoes and would come to realize only too late that having an online platform would be the way of the future. In 1999, Netflix received backing from Group Arnault, giving them a $30 million cash injection that helped launch its subscription-based service. In 2004, Blockbuster did launch a Netflix-like online DVD rental platform and even abandoned their unpopular but lucrative late fees for overdue rentals. By 2006, subscribers for Blockbuster's online services had grown to more than 2 million. Meanwhile, in that same year, the number of Netflix subscribers reached 6.3 million. Then in 2007, CEO Antioco left Blockbuster, late fees were reinstated, and Blockbuster's online efforts were put on the back burner. In 2008, Netflix signed a deal with Starz to stream around 1,000 Blockbuster movies and shows on its service. Blockbuster's fate was all but sealed. In 2010, Netflix was signing deals with names like Sony, Paramount, Lionsgate, and Disney to help them grab a 20% market share of North American viewing traffic. On July 1st of the same year, Blockbuster was delisted from the New York Stock Exchange and filed for bankruptcy, having incurred nearly $1 billion in losses. Netflix's valuation at the time? $24 million. For comparison, today Netflix is valued at around $262 billion, a 4,090% increase from its valuation. What are the key lessons we can learn from the Blockbuster versus Netflix saga? Number 1, don't be afraid to fail. Netflix has constantly been willing to try new things. Many things have worked out, such as their DVD subscription rental service, online streaming, and online streaming content creation. But some initiatives have not worked out, at least not initially. Netflix made an unsuccessful attempt in the mid-2000s to enter the filmmaking business, long before it had a large enough audience to make this a financially viable strategy. In 2011, critics ridiculed Netflix for its plans to split streaming and DVD rentals into two services. Hundreds of thousands of customers canceled their subscriptions in the following months. Blockbuster, on the other hand, was unwilling to take risks. When Blockbuster did decide in 2004 to enter the online video rental business and eliminate late fees, not only was it late to do this, but ownership soon reversed these moves. Netflix would always try to stay on the cutting edge of innovation, even if it meant disrupting its existing businesses. Number 2, corporate culture. In 2009, Reed Hastings delivered a PowerPoint presentation internally within Netflix about the company's culture and HR policies. This presentation has been downloaded more than 18 million times. Sheryl Sandberg, the COO of Facebook, says this document might be the most important one ever to come out of Silicon Valley, where Netflix's headquarters is located. The title of Reed Hastings' presentation was Freedom and Responsibility. In short, Netflix finds brilliant people, pays them well, and gives them freedom to take responsibility for their own work. Hastings said, "Responsible people thrive on freedom and are worthy of freedom." It is easy to say, who would want to be Blockbuster over Netflix. But the path Netflix took requires courage and clarity. Know what business you are in Blockbuster's case, home entertainment, not brick-and-mortar video rental locations. Be willing to fail, which means hiring great people and encouraging them to take risks. Be willing to hurt your profitability in the short term to stay ahead of the technology and innovation curve. Reward your team, give them a clear mission, and then get out of their way. Very few leaders and companies are willing to do the above. Fear, caution, and pride usually take over. So the next time you think to yourself, the way we do things now will never change, remember the Netflix versus Blockbuster saga, and how an entire industry can become upended in just a few years. Anyway, how Netflix embraced change and Blockbuster didn't, remains one of the most cautionary tales in recent corporate history. Subscribe to our channel to get new video updates. Thanks for your time, and thanks for watching.